No, I'm teaching
Good
serger.
morning and welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, April 30th.
Here I come. Are you waiting for me?
I'm waiting for you because I got to set up the giveaway. I got to put our link on Facebook.
My goodness. We had such a good time yesterday.
Did
Actually,
you?
I
Or is
don't
that-
know if anyone had a good time except for me. Was it just me? But so we did our quilting through the seasons, and I wanted to have my section 2 done and ready to show you. And then as I started the last part, there were like little squares, the square, I realized I thought they were big squares. So I started doing the piecing, and then I had my 6.5 by 6.5 piece of batting, and then the little square stitched in the center, and I turned off the recording. These are the times where I was so glad I wasn't live feeding. So I turned off the recording, and oh, that's so cute. I turned off the recording, and then I'm like, duh. It takes me a minute to like figure out what's going on, and then I realized I needed to make 4 of them, piece them together, and then put them on the block. So I had to redo the supply list, and then I lost my mojo. Actually, that's not true. I still had my sojo going, but I didn't. I was thinking it out, and I was like, I want to do 4 of these in the 9.5 by 9.5 hoop with no-show mesh, which I barely ever use no-show mesh, but I was like, I'm going to use no-show mesh, and then I'll quilt it on the batting, but I didn't have no-show mesh in the right size. And so I was like, ugh! And that was it. That was it. So I have nothing to show you. I have nothing to show you right now. Did you need to monitor? Okay. But I just like, I was like, what bam, wall gallery 2, done, 3, 4, 5, oh no, it's only up to 4, stripes, I did both stripes, and then I started that, the last one, and then that's where I was like, came to a screeching halt, yeah, but we had fun. And you know the best thing I think about the sew-alongs for me is it's commitment. It's commitment to you that I'm going to be there. And so then I stitch. Otherwise, I'd be like, Patrick, pass me the remote and the potato chips.
What was it last night? It was the cheesy smiles.
Yeah, I was out of control last night. I finished the cheesy smiles, and then I started with the snap peas.
Yeah, I was like, you opened another bag of stuff.
I did. Last night, it was not a good night for me.
And then
I
she
showed
didn't
very
like the dinner I made for her.
I'll be more specific.
It was just a piece of salmon.
It was a piece of salmon and an avocado. It was like, that's perfect.
Ick.
Protein and good fats.
I was like, where's my fried fish?
That's literally what she asked. Because you didn't serve me anything fried. That's literally what she said.
This is why I had the C word. Because I have to listen to me. And then I was supposed to turn over a new leaf. And look at me. It's horrible. Okay, let's not talk about it. I'm just going to feel bad about myself.
Can I see your glasses?
So, so if you haven't gotten Midnight Manor yet, we were waiting for some more patterns. Some of you have gotten it, some of you haven't. If you're waiting for,
I sprayed myself in the
summer
face.
garden tea towels, same thing. We're waiting for some more patterns. We've been scheduling our stuff out because it's a fine line between ordering too much and not ordering enough. So it gives us time to like get our numbers and have it be more accurate. And because we're a small shop and we can't have like tons of inventory here, so but we like to have a lot of stuff
Or we like
Anyways,
to manage our inventory.
we
well.
try. But people come in all the time. They're like, you have a lot of stuff. I'm like, don't say that in front of Patrick. Don't say that in front of Patrick.
I had a conversation with like we've been working pretty closely with another dealer, and he was talking about like all the stuff we promote and like all the stuff that we do, and he's like, so how does that work for you guys? Like, do you guys just you order it and did it? And I'm like, it started to occur to me that this other dealer who's larger than us like doesn't stock anywhere near this.
Yeah, but
much
they don't.
stuff.
Yeah, but you said they
I could check. I can check
They
for
don't
you, but they would have called
do.
us
They don't have fabric and stuff too,
because we don't want to hold them.
right?
I don't think so. Not like the way we do, but
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about classes. And so my biggest fear all the time is I'm gonna miss putting somebody in a class. You're gonna not get your invite. Something like that's gonna happen, or sometimes people sign up like the day before, or
like
maybe
the morning
the
of.
morning of, and I don't know, and so then I don't put you in the class, and then I'm having a heart attack because it'd be like not inviting you to the party. Like, I want everyone to be invited to the party. I don't want to leave anyone out, especially when it's our fault. But I need for you guys to also have a level of responsibility. And if it's 2 days before,
Like
and
you need to know
still-
when your class is.
you need to know when your class is, and you need to reach out to us and let us know if you haven't gotten an invitation. And not the day of the class, 15 minutes before the class is going to happen. And definitely not on Mondays, because Mondays, nobody's in the store. Michelle works as a contractor from home. I do Zoom or live feeds from my house. So we need to know. So if you sign up for a class and you don't get an invitation, you need to call us and let us know. There.
Well, and let's talk about that for a second, right? Because that just sounds like we have no responsibility at all.
No,
So
we do.
so there's an automated process. Like
Yes.
once you're added to the class, you're included in all the group emails, and we've talked about the fact that that there are some issues with group emails. And it's funny because like we talked last week about shipping, it's the same deal. Some people get all of our emails. Some people get some of our emails. And some people, for whatever reason, get none of our emails. But the reality is all of the emails are sent.
No.
Because the system
Once
gets
in a
sent
while,
out. Well, so once in a while somebody's missed.
somebody's missed, so you got to call us.
And that's once again not to absolve us of responsibility.
I'm not
but-
feeling absolved at all.
But
I just-
the reality is in most of these scenarios, like especially like with the classes, once you're added, the emails are automatically sent out. And so the challenge is if you didn't get the email, we don't know because it was sent.
yes.
So like we're just trying to say,
yeah, if
A,
you know,
you need to pay attention to when the class is. Because what happens sometimes is like somebody signs up for a class and then 5 days after the class, they're like, I didn't even know when the class was.
yeah.
Yes.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Okay, because Michelle and I are the ones that teach the class, so I'd like to talk now.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm gonna leave.
no, there has been instances where we have forgotten to put you into the group. And that to me is the most heartbreaking, oh my God, I feel so horrible situation.
And it's totally our fault.
Yes. So if you sign up for a class and like that day or the next day you haven't gotten your invitation, I want you to reach out and just say, hey, I haven't gotten my invitation. We just want to make sure you're in the classes. And I've gotten notes like the day of that said, hey, I never got my Zoom link. Just we don't always check our emails real time all the time. So just make sure you reach out to us a couple of days before the class if you have not gotten your Zoom link, so that we can make sure you have everything, and check your junk. I know I'm getting shoved into the junk email, and I'm okay with that. But
Well, and
you
Danielle
need to.
just said, oddly, I get the emails regularly, but every now and then one will end up in junk.
Yeah.
It really comes down to the settings, right? Like, these are group emails with attachments. It's sent out automatically. So, like, it raises flags for a lot of times
Yeah,
for
I've had-
people's, like, and it's funny because, like, we've had people that are like, I get them on my computer, but I don't get them on my phone or my tablet. Like,
So I sent out. We did the serger pillow class, and it was probably 2 hours after that I sent out the video. Like, I was on, downloaded it, sent it out, and I got a couple of people who were like, I never got the video. And so I always reply, check and see if I'm in your junk, and then I just send it to you. So if you didn't get it, just reach out to us and I'll send it to you again. I'm happy to do that, and we understand that some of your email servers or whatever you're on, it's screening us out. Because if some people are getting it, some people aren't. The difference is
email settings.
your email settings. So just make sure I'm saved. Most of the stuff is going to come from me. So
And a lot of times you guys aren't even aware of those
I don't
settings.
know. Did you set me up with, like, I don't remember ever going in and setting up any kind of settings for my email. I don't even know.
I think you
I
just
don't think
have
I
whatever
even- you know
Gmail
what?
settings there are.
Yes, Patrick set up my email for me, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I ever set, so I don't know what kind of settings I have, and I don't know
Yeah,
if you
it
know.
was up to you, you'd still have AOL.
Actually, it was my Hotmail that I was the most attached to, that I barely check anymore. But Hotmail was it for me. My Hotmail. Sometimes I see you guys, you have your AOL accounts, and I'm like, oh my God, they've had that email for like 30 years. Right?
Yeah, have those videos been sent out from yesterday, Michelle?
Yes.
So you should have received a link to those videos for the class. And if not, once again, just drop us an
They're
email
in
and
the
let us know.
Facebook group.
And
Oh,
Sophie,
and they're in
I think
the Facebook
Michelle
group.
moved you to next week too, so you can do the live class. So,
But she needs to respond to my email, so I
yeah,
know she got it.
respond to Michelle's email so she knows that you got it. She sent it to you individually, and we're happy to do that. But we are not going to be able to remember all the people who need an email individually. So you're going to have to remind us. We just don't. Michelle and I just don't have enough brain cells for that. Or time.
So
Or
the I did want to mention it's the last day for the rebates for baby lock sergers. You have until, for any of you who got an accolade or a triumph, you have until the end of May actually to file for the rebate. But the if you're evaluating and thinking about it and you think you want to get one of those two machines, you have to do it today, because the machine needs to be registered by today to qualify for those rebates. So if anybody's on the fence and thinking about it, let me know, and I may reach out to a couple of folks to see what's happening there. What else?
What else? Let's talk about this week. And we have some classes that are going to be going on that I just want to remind you about. This is going to be on Friday. So this is on Friday. This is Digital Dealer. If you don't have the link for this, email me. Our Digital Dealer Club, I automatically put you in there. And then people that buy the design individually as you buy, or if you buy like stuff for it, then I usually like put you in. But if you don't have anything, then let me know and I'll send it to you. I'll add you. We're happy to have anyone join us for this. So it is a Zoom. Michelle's going to be doing it. If you want to learn how to make a bag like a pro, then you got to take a class with Michelle because she is as pro as it gets. And there was no kit for this because all it took was the bag. I know I said I was going to put something together with the thread and it just never happened. I'm sorry. I failed you. It's the bag and it's the belt kit. Those are the two things that you need. And then it was a little bit of fabric, whatever accent fabric. So if you want your flowers to be periwinkle and you have something in your stash that's periwinkle, you can do that. Although the colors we used were aloe and mocha. And we have that thread in the store. Aloe and mocha is the one that Michelle used for this.
Are those Isocord, aloe and mocha?
That's Glide. So when we
Glide.
do Kimberbell, we usually try to use Glide colors because that's what they use. So no kit sold at the store, but we do have the belt
You have
kit,
everything
and
necessary,
we have
right?
everything necessary for you to be successful.
No kit, but you
And
can
if you
buy it
want
all
to join
here.
us for the sew along, then just let me know if you haven't gotten your invitation yet. But don't let me know the day of. Because I might not
You have
see
no idea the chaos that ensues in this store every morning as we get ready. At some point, I hear Jeannie go, ah!
That is like one of my biggest fears. Okay.
I got lost in the woods on like Sunday,
Oh.
and then I was
So
like
Patrick-
so not ready to come to work today. I like right before I was like leaving, I was like walking out to the car and I was putting the dogs
And
in the
you start
car,
crying.
and I was like, I wish I was just going out to the woods again.
He loves this is a boy who like ran through the woods and just spent all day in the woods. Remember growing up back east and there was just woods everywhere and you would just go. I played in the woods all day. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as you, but
I like
we
didn't
did.
want to come home on Sunday. I was just having so much fun. I could have kept going.
Yeah, so he went on a mountain bike ride and was just exploring and just taking different paths, right?
Yeah.
And then he showed me there's this thing called Strava, and it's so cool because it showed me like it's.
You could
what's
do a
it- is it
flyby.
called what's the where you see the mountains and stuff?
Well, it does it in 3D.
Okay, it's like in 3D, but it showed me like the like where he was riding and came back and then went up and over this hill, and it was like really really neat. But he came back and was talking about it, and it was obvious that he had like so much fun. Did you not want to come home and you rushed home?
I told you I would be home. You were like, "Are you by yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then you're like, "What time are you gonna be home?" And I gave her a time.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Well, right, but normally I'm
What was
like,
I doing?
I'll see you when I get
you know what I was
home.
doing? I worked on my instructions, my step-by-step instructions for the summer garden, and it was 17 pages with pictures and like, so it probably took me, I'd say like, I don't know, like
You
that
worked
whole
all
thing,
day.
maybe like 10 or 12 hours to
Yeah,
put
you
that,
worked all
put
day.
that all together. So, and that class is going to be wonderful. It was geared towards the Solaris and Luminaire, but as we do the class, if you're on a Destiny or Dream machine, which you can do it, or a Stellaire, Altair, and those machines, maybe I'll just have you write in notes because it might be just the slightest bit different for those people. But yeah, and then on, was it Sunday that we went to Home Depot? Was it?
It was.
Was that Monday?
No, that was Sunday.
Oh my God. So Patrick is a wannabe.
I want to have all the time to do it, but
No,
I
not
don't.
that you want to have all the time, but he has a friend that is like such a green thumb. Like beautiful lawn, garden, all this stuff. And Patrick's like, I'm going to go get all this stuff to fix the lawn. I was like,
We are not naturally Home Depot people.
you should have seen us. We were so unnatural out in the garden area, just like standing there, looking around, not being able to find anything. I looked at Patrick and we just started laughing because we looked very unnatural. I thought we could do anything.
We did.
I know, but
We did. Now we're going to
we
find
were
out if
looking
it
for
works.
we were looking for grass seed because Patrick's trying to fix.
We
the
only had
lawn.
like one thing of grass seed in that whole place.
And we just felt like, I felt useless. Like, oh my God, I don't know where to find. And then Patrick came out with this thing in our house, and I was like, we own that? Did you buy that, or do we own that? He had like a little tool. It's like you push it and
It's a seed spreader.
I don't even know what it's called. And then it spreads it, and I was like, did we borrow that? Did you rent that? Where did that come from? Did we have that in our garage?
We've always had that.
We spread seed before?
Yes. You remember when we moved into our house at Edgewater? Like, I maintained the lawn for like 2 years.
I bought a weeder, and then I bought another one, and I still have never used either of them.
She bought one, and then the next year one showed up, and I'm like, why'd you buy another one of these? And she's like, we already have one of those.
I like the idea of weeding, but then I don't want to do it. I know some of you that are local love to garden. Maybe we could hire a gardener to come over or I just have Patrick. So anyways, Patrick went out and like did the lawn, and it looked kind of pro. Like, I was like, maybe we can do this.
I know I can do it. I just have to have the time.
But Home
I'd
Depot
rather
is
be
not
in the
my-
middle of the woods. That was so much fun. I was just like out there, and I'm gonna go this way, and then I'd be like, oh, there's a trail. And I sat on a rock, and I saw a red-headed woodpecker.
Yes.
And I had to take a picture of it because I would tell Jeannie that I saw it, and Jeannie would be like, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
That's
because
like-
he sometimes sees pigs that fly. So, I'm just kidding with you.
I remember telling somebody I see box owls all the time, and they didn't believe me. And then I took them out. I was like, we're going to go out at night. And they were like, we saw like 30 of those things.
Yeah, box
I'm like,
owl.
I told you. They're everywhere. They're like, I never see them.
I feel very unnatural in a garden. Like, I love going in and I love buying stuff, and I struggle with houseplants. So, but I am so envious when I see people and they have like gorgeous gardens, because I want that gorgeous garden. I just like, I
want to
even know
be
where
the guy
to
that
start.
makes that gorgeous garden at some point.
I've been seeing all these people have been posting where they have the raised planters, and then they have the like trellis that goes over, and then the tomatoes, and then the cucumbers, and then the herb garden. I want all of that, but I rather go sow. I'd rather go sow or sit on the couch and eat cheesy smiles.
See, yesterday was a great day because I went riding, and then I went out and I worked in the yard. I didn't have any issues with that at all. It's like way better than watching TV.
I was in the sewing room, and I didn't watch. I talk like that, but I really don't sit on the TV and
We
eat
watched a
cheesy
lot of
smiles
TV
a lot.
last night. There have been a lot of.
I didn't watch any TV. Oh yeah, we were watching that movie about when they were trying to get out of Vietnam.
Right.
And Robert Downey Jr. is in there, and I love him. Not
He
as
plays
much
like
as
a
you.
couple of people.
So, yes, but I sewed as much as I could. The dogs are just
She's
horrible.
saying she likes Robert Downey Jr., but she doesn't like him more than me. Not that I love Robert Downey Jr. more than she does. Let's be clear. That's not what she was saying.
He's one of my Hollywood crushes. Robert, if you're watching.
If anything ever happens to me.
Watch out, Robert.
All right, so what's in front of you? Are we talking about anything that has to do with the store today?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Also, on Friday, after our sew-along with Michelle, is going to be our sew-along with Miss Karen Bowl, and she's there to keep you on track, too. And we're doing these in a timely manner so that you'll have it in time for the holiday that's coming up. And she's going to be doing this. This is going to be Friday, May 3rd from 1 to 4 p.m. We have kits here at this store. So with this kind of stuff, you have to buy the design and the background quilting. That comes from Kimberbell. And then we make you cute little kits here at this store.
Oh my God, Miss Secretary Mundy at one point showed up in the store with like a garden basket, which we ate over like the next like
It was
4 or
beautiful.
5 days.
And you're
Although
like,
the strawberries were gone.
Oh yeah, we ate those in
The
the store.
strawberries were gone like so fast, but it was good.
So that's happening. Michelle is doing Make
Are
It
you
Mini.
talking about this?
I'm going to talk about that in 1 second because that has to do with our giveaway. Michelle is doing Make It Mini, and she's got a session that's happening today and a session that is happening tomorrow. Oh, I was going to send out an email to my Hoffman gals, gents and gals for next week. But can you believe it's almost May?
Can you believe the kids are coming home in 2 days?
Oh my God, my babies are coming home. I'm so excited. Okay, this is really funny. Kai sent us a picture, and it was his campground with his truck set up with the tent. There, he's got a truck like tent in the back.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, and then Patrick looked at the picture, and like it was almost as though like a tear welled up in his eye.
He's hanging out with my best friend in
I was
Moab,
like-
riding mountain bikes,
I was like, Patrick,
camping.
you did it. You successfully cloned yourself, and you know you Kai's always been his mini me, but now Kai is a young man going out and doing all those things. Like Violet doesn't sew. Violet doesn't sew. She will make jewelry with me and stuff like that.
She makes beautiful jewelry.
But
She's
Kai
really talented.
is now, and I was like, Patrick, now if your friends want to play and you can't play, you can send out your clone and your clone can go play with them, which is what's happening right now because Kai is in Moab with Patrick's childhood friend Steve, and we call him Uncle Steve. And Kai's having like the best time ever. Like hiking, yesterday they saw antelope and bighorn sheep all in the same day. Like that's magical, right? And they've been mountain biking and then sleeping under the stars, out by the campfire, camping in
So
their
jealous.
trucks,
So
camping in their
jealous.
trucks, which sounds horrible to me, but they love it. So
You never sleep better.
I like sleeping like you do when you camp.
never sleep better.
I don't know. I sleep pretty good in like a Las Vegas hotel with like the blackout curtains drawn, and you just don't even know if it's night or day. I've slept pretty well.
Yeah, you were also, that's being passed out, not.
No,
that's
that is
being
not.
passed out,
That is
not
not being
sleeping.
passed out. Okay, so Make It Mini is happening today and tomorrow. Luminaire Solaris is today. Tomorrow is Stellar Altar. If you don't have your link, then you need to let me know right now, or better yet, call the store. Call the store because we don't always check in the mornings. You know, I'm doing Serger 1, the basics. I am going to be doing that class for the people that got their machines from us first, and then I will be I'll be doing it again, and it'll be open to everybody. Next week, we're doing Make It Mini again, which is going to be on the 8th, and I am doing the Stitch to Light Dream panel, which is going to be on the 9th. Wow, how many sessions do we have? And that's going to be on, like I said, it's going to be on the 9th. And then there is a Baby Lock Brother accessory class, which is going to be on the 15th. It's open up to any Baby Lock and Brother machine. Edge to Edge. Edge to Edge is happening on the 14th. This is a really popular class. If you want to learn how to embroider quilt embroidery on your machine, if you have like an 8x12 or bigger, that's where I say you can really make it happen. You can do it with a smaller size hoop, but 8x12
So
is
this
really
is
where
traditional
you start.
edge to edge based upon the book,
Traditional edge to edge based on the book,
and they need to have the book.
you need
and
to
the
have the book,
designs.
and you need to have the design, and it's an all-day class, and it's super fun, and you can do your own quilting. If you have like a king-size quilt, you can do it, but you know that's a little bit much to manage, but like so perfect for like a crib size, a lap quilt, a wall hanging, table runners, you know, anything like that. But like you really can do any size. We do it in the class. We ask that you get a panel, that you have like a panel to do that class. And then I'm going to do another serger, pillow, zipper, and piping class, and binding with your serger. I did this at the last class. I did a flange, but this was put on with the serger. Pretty fun, right? And then on the 17th, that's going to be my first summer garden tea towel class. And I am going to also, I think I'm going to try and pre-record that, mean record it without any attendees in the class and walk you through that. And then we'll sell that. If you weren't able to get in a class, we'll sell that as a pre-recorded class. Okay. This is Midnight Manor. This is a class that Michelle's going to be doing. It's based on this line of designs, which are on Wander Lane, not this particular one, but by Art to Heart. And so our giveaway today is going to be, we're going to give away, there's 12 different designs. So we're going to give away the first group of 6, like January through June, to one person, and then July through December to another person. And these are fantastic patterns. Not only do they have multiple projects in them, but you can get them all and then put them together in like one big quilt. It's made so that there's like, I don't know which design, but you would pull it and make it into one big quilt. Pillow, pot holder, little quilt, big quilt. So all of that is in here with your instructions. The class that Michelle is doing, that this is based upon, is she took one of these traditional applique patterns and she's showing you how to bring it in to your IQ designer or design center and digitize it and turn it into a design. Also with, I think, it's not scan and cut. It's not scan and cut.
Well, but there's a scan and cut part to it,
No,
right?
no, it's traditional applique. You'll have the pieces.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
lay. You'll have a placement line. You'll tack it down. You'll trim it, and then there'll be a stitch that covers it. In this case, you're going to be doing blanket stitch, satin stitch, and that really fun bean stitch. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I know a lot of people that have bought these, and they've been sitting there. You're going to use them.
Okay, so do you remember what our question was?
Our question was fantastic. And we were asking you because we're a Kimberbell shop. We love Kimberbell. We do a lot of Kimberbell projects. But there's a lot out there. So we were thinking that we were going to try and do some other things this year, which we've talked about doing, but then we get sucked in and we keep doing more Kimberbell. But this is the year we are going to do some other projects.
And so we asked,
what other designers do you like? What other places? A lot of you were like, I don't know any other places. And I'm excited to learn about what else is out there. A lot of people, and I read through it and I was like, oh, a lot of them I'd heard of, but some of them I hadn't heard of before. And I was like, oh, let me check that out.
so Lynn, you actually get the serger binding class with your serger. So you're going to learn that. And she asked, could a line design be made to cut on the scan and cut? And absolutely it could.
Yes.
So, first winner, and it must answer the question, correct?
Yes. The question was, what other places do you go and look for designs?
CJ.
Oh my God. I think CJ won. Did CJ win like a couple weeks ago?
I
maybe?
like any project with Jeannie. Favorite
Woo-hoo!
Designs from Urban Threads,
I
Juju,
love-
Creative Kiwi, and Creations by Kara.
See, I've never heard of Creations by Kara.
Are you?
So, CJ, you're going to win the first 6 months of Wander Lane.
And pick another winner. Start. Deborah Whitman. I turned to Anita Good Design for embroidery projects and designs. That is what I started with many years ago, and I just seemed to stick with them.
Congratulations, Miss Deborah. Always nice to see your name pop up.
And now you get to branch out with Liberty Heights.
Liberty Heights. Oh, yeah, that one is called Liberty Heights.
Or
All
on
right.
Wander Lane, or who makes the design?
Art to Heart.
Art to Heart. Anything else that we have going on? I think we're closer to 2 weeks than 3 weeks, although it seems like the front area is stacked again. And quite frankly, I think that's just where we live, is somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks. It depends upon how many challenging machines we have. I am interested in selling that. If anybody wants to talk mid arm, long arm, that coronet is going to go for $39.99.99. And once again, you've got today for us to get you your serger. If it's an Accolade or a Triumph, we can get those registered today so that you can get those rebates. And
I think we're good, right? Oh
so.
my goodness. So I'm working another class that I'm trying to fit in, but
I'm gonna get going so I can
but
get up there.
the quilt show, when we have the quilt show, and that's going to be 13th, 14th, and 15th, we kind of won't be doing much before or after. And I don't know if we mentioned this, but my beloved child's son, my son, Kai Mulligan, is going to be doing a study abroad program in Korea. So University of Utah has like a legit campus in Korea as well, and what an opportunity. So he's going to be going, I think, June, I think he leaves on his birthday or the day before his birthday, so like June 16th through 17th, and he'll be gone through the very beginning of August, and I am going to be going too. So I'll be going probably the last week of June, the first week of July, including like the weekends before and after, and then Patrick will come over for a week as well. And my mom's whole side of the family still lives over there. So it is like the best time ever. And you know, my aunt is getting older. So it's that time where you kind of have to go now. You got to go now. So it'll be, we probably won't have, Michelle will be here and still teaching classes, but we won't have as much going on through the month of June because of the quilt show and because I'll be gone in the very beginning of July. And then it'll get back and we will be back up and running again, as long as I can get through the jet lag, which I struggle. The older I get, the harder it is. But that'll just kind of give you an idea of what's going to be coming up, what's going on in the shop. Have a great day. Be creative and make something absolutely incredible.